And we are back. Game 2 of the Boosted Bonobos versus Off in the Shower.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see a little bit higher quality game this time. Maybe the Bonobos will collect themselves and won't be quite as much of a stomp as this first game was, but well played by the Off in the Shower. That first game, that was just straight up domination for the most part.
Yeah, no kidding. That was beyond domination. They had a mission.
That is very true. It was very apparent from the beginning that they were out to destroy in that game.
So now we are getting in the champion select for Game 2. Off in the Showers versus the Boosted Bonobos. I am Decerux. This is my co-caster, Brother Brando, otherwise known as Dezdan. And let's get into this match.
Howdy. Yep. It's going to be good. I hope. I'm glad we get a second game. Maybe it won't be quite as one-sided.
Pathetic.
Let's see how much Boosted Bonobos learned from their first draft as well as their first game.
I will wait for you to be better.
I imagine we'll see a Rengar ban.
A true hunter never.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I figured that would be the case.
I wonder if Fugnuggler
If
has
you
any more
insist.
tricks up his sleeve after that one.
I recommend skipping.
We shall have to see. I'm excited.
Ooh, the Lulu banned from Horny Moose.
So yeah, so we're going to see a pretty much completely different game for the most part. Except the Jin. The Akali hover. That's interesting.
I wonder if they're actually going to take that. It'd be something new that we haven't really seen in Ascension yet. but
Nope.
Nope. Switch to the Syndra.
Boring. Yeah, Syndra's one of those characters that I'd never have fun seeing her. She just displays too much skill for my puny mind to comprehend.
But
Better mash
Juggernaut,
that R button.
looking to take away Lee Sin from Piccolo Jack, who actually had a really good play with it last game.
Yeah, he did what he needed to do on Lee Sin. He got ahead that early game, and it was that's spicy. That just completely threw my talking point off. I'm some Zed action. This is gonna be nice.
Should be a very, very spicy pick. Is he gonna? Oh, you already committed to it. My bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I was talking about it. But oh man, this is already looking like a interesting game. So some takeaways. Okay, we do see the Varus. That's a pretty common. Oh, please do it.
He locked it in. Yes.
Alrighty.
HMTKD has taken his support Scion.
Now technically it's a flex. You know,
It is not a flex. That's
It
my
is-
boy
it
taking
is-
that support Scion.
It is technically a flex, so I'm gonna hold my breath until it is official. But it is very likely going to be the Scion support coming out here from HM. TKD. Oh god, no! Don't do this, Autumn Rain. No, don't you dare! Don't lock that in. God. The Warwick hover, actually, that could be interesting to see.
I'm too busy
Okay.
being excited about HMTKD Scion, baby.
The dinner bell shall be rung. The Warwick is locked in. That's going to be fun to watch, I believe.
Ooh.
And when you think about it, the Warwick and the Shin combo together, that's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, that is a lot of players able to get there and quick and in a hurry.
Yep, so it's going to be a case where you can see a like 3v3 start out, then all of a sudden it's a 5v3.
So, here's the question. Who do you favor?
I've still got to give it to off in the shower now. Just because of how dominant they were in that first game.
Okay.
And the reason
That's
the
nice
reason
and all.
we're
Go ahead.
okay. But the reason we're hyping up the support Scion, the last time we watched him play it, it was actually one of the funniest things that we've seen in a very long time, and it was enjoyable to watch.
Now
So,
we get to my opinion.
okay.
And I want to give it to the boosted bonobos, baby. We got the support Scion. That is all you need. HMTKD is going to carry this game with that support Scion. Expect big plays out of him. And if not, then I am going to be very sad at the end of this game.
Sadness. But we shall see here in 3 minutes as the spectator client gives us a little bit of a delay. So until then, I don't know. It could go either way, but I really have to lean towards off in the shower.
Boosted bonobos.
I like the Warwick and the Shin too much. But that being said, the Rumble into Shin is actually a pretty solid matchup for the Rumble, I would think. So
Yeah,
it's definitely...
But the support Scion into off in the showers is a pretty solid matchup for HMTKD.
You're so excited about it.
I love it. I love HMTKD and I love his Scion, and I wish you'd tell me what his name meant.
One day, man. One day we'll know. We'll get in here in the game shortly. We just have to wait out this little spectator delay. It sucks, but we gotta do it.
So this is going to be a fun match. I'm excited for this
Yeah.
one. I don't think it's going to be a stomp. I think
We've
Boosted
got
Bonobos can
to-
come back from this.
Yeah, we've got to see if Juggle Knob can have the same effectiveness that Piccolo Jack did on the Lee Sin in the last game. So we'll have. It's going to be interesting.
I'm sorry, you're talking about Juggle Knob? Because I'm talking about HMTKD Scion!
Oh my goodness. So hi, I am Dezdan, the level-headed caster. But let's look at bot lane. So it's going to be Scion into Nami. See, that's one of the problems that the Scion's probably going to have. The Nami can completely stop anything he wants to do with a well-timed bubble or...
Kenny.
Unless
he
you're talking
stop
about
the dinner
unless you're
bell?
talking about unless you're talking about the dinner bell, then pretty much I would give it the lane to the Nami Gym. But I have been wrong before. I am very likely wrong now. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. And if you're just joining us, this is the Boosted Bonobos versus Off in the Showers. Game 1 was a devastating stomp from Off in the Showers against the Boosted Bonobos. Now the Boosted Bonobos looking to come back, looking to be able to redeem themselves from that devastating last game. I am your caster, Decerux, and this is my co-caster, Brother Brando, otherwise known as Dezdan. We will be casting some quality Elder League of Legends gameplay for you. For those of you who are not familiar with Ascension eSports, please check the links down below, visit our Discord, visit our subreddit, get to know more, sign up. You can be a sub now, and maybe next season, even a player on one of these teams.
Unless you're unlucky like us and get stuck with a casting gig. Haha. But you know, can't keep the champs down for can't keep the champs down for too long. Throwback to the Titus laugh there, but I'm excited. This should be a good one. Hopefully it's not quite as one-sided as the first game was.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I
That
have
was-
good vibes coming from this game right now. So we
What
are
is
now
with these load
getting
screens?
into game. Boosted Bonobos versus Off in the Showers. Game 2. Can Boosted Bonobos bring it back? Let's find out right now.
I love that Scion skin. The running animation for it's amazing.
I love that Scion player.
You have a problem, dude.
I do not have a problem. This guy is my support hero.
We'll have to see if we see interesting level 1 stuff here again.
See Juggle Knob, Piccolo Jack having a bit of a stare down, and they don't even know they are there. The whiff from Juggle Knob gets punished for it by Piccolo Jack. Or Jugglernob.
Taking down to half
Oh!
HP.
Fog Knuckler
What?
just flashed.
He knuckled some fugs there, so it's a little bit early. That's going to definitely reduce the possibility of a flash taunt anytime soon, which is one of the best ways for Shin to get on his target and
Okay,
allow
not
for the
flash
jungler to come
taunt,
in.
But the escape, if a gank comes out early, it's Jugglernob. He's on the Lee Sin.
Well, generally, Shin's fairly safe in the lane, but that being said, yeah, the safety is down. So the Lee Sin's he should go top for that early game.
But he doesn't know that the flash is down. I don't believe they have
That-
vision of it.
Yeah, probably don't know, but I mean, if he goes top anyway and gets the kill, hey, we did it.
So we should be finding out soon. Going for the Raptors second is Jugglernob. Probably will gank Norman next. Find out soon enough on that one.
I wonder if we're going to see the full lethality Varus here. We should, I would assume, because that's most popular build right now for him. It just does so much damage.
So far,
The
trades back and
standards-
forth in every lane. Not too much
Yeah,
happening.
that's to be atypical for this kind of composition.
Horninous is still so aggressive this game, and here we go. Jugglernob has chosen to gank this lane first. Gets the Sonic Wave. Fogknuckler's running low extremely fast, but is close enough to his tower to be safe.
Yeah, that was good on him to recognize that there was a available gank up top for Jugglernob, so it's good on him to get out.
So much punishment. The exhaust is burnt onto Nemers. Nemers is taking a lot of damage, but choosing to commit to this fight. The auto's going off left and right. Nemers has to flash, but gets picked off by Horny Moose. And overcommittal from the bot lane to the boosted Bonobos.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why he continued to walk forward whenever he lost the trade, and that was just bad. Like, you can't do that. You have to respect the damage that the Nami brings and the Jin fourth shot, stuff like that. So he used both summoners and died, so that's really unfortunate for Nemers right now.
Very unfortunate indeed. Didn't get much out of it. Here comes Jugglernob looking to go on to Norman. Norman does burn the flash. Sonic Wave lands on a minion.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So early game's not looking too good for the Bonobos, even though it's just one kill. It's
Well,
still,
They did burn the flash of mid lane, so it is a successful gank regardless.
yeah, that is true. But it still is Zed, so now they have to wait for the W to go on cooldown, or for him to use the W to probably farm, and then that is the only way they can really get in. But otherwise, that Zed's generally a very safe lane, irregardless of flash or not.
I think it's hard to say that when there is a Lee Sin on the map.
That's
Lee Sin does have a lot of execute damage with that resonating strike.
And he is one of the more mobile junglers that we have in the game, and he can make plays that most characters wouldn't.
So I'm kind of expecting repeated ganks to come from Piccolo Jack towards the spot lane, now that they know both summoners are down for both players.
That should be the case, yes. One thing to note, the first dragon will be Infernal, so it should be contested a little bit earlier than if it was a Cloud Drake or something of that sort.
Well, you've said that many times.
Yep.
And many times it hasn't been true. Nemers is
It
going
was
to get
true
caught
last
out again, gets snared. Goodbye, Nemers. Piccolo Jack picks up that kill.
So what I've learned from this series so far is Nemers has a hard time playing safe. That seems to be a recurring theme. He's probably going to want to work on that in the weeks to come, or week, I guess,
Way
to
too
come.
far forward, trying to do trades when he's already lost both the summer spells, when he's already behind in CS.
I believe we have one more week of one more full week of regular season. Then we have just each. Then the last week we'll have one set, I believe. It's starting to get to crunch time. These games matter if you want to get into playoffs.
Yeah, and it's looking a little bit grim for the boosted Bonobos at the moment.
Yeah, we already see a pretty sizable lead for 6 minutes. We do have less kills than the first game did already, though, so that's at least a positive sign that the game isn't completely out of control right now for the Bonobos.
So far, at least. If Nemers keeps doing these bad positioning plays, it could be very bad very fast. Meanwhile, Storm and Mormon getting jumped on by Fugnuggler. Fugnuggler burning the flash for that, getting the flash out of Storm and Mormon, though.
Yeah, Piccolo actually channeled his, I believe it's in his E Primal Howl slightly too early, so it didn't get the fear off. But still, Storm and Mormon with the Respect Flash coming out from him.
Here comes Norman
Good to
looking
get out.
after Juggleknob. Juggleknob does go over the wall. The Stand United is popped for not much reason, really.
Yeah, but I guess it's more of a I don't want you to die just to be safe kind of thing. But that does stop him from being able to help his bot lane.
Here's Nemers being really forward again. Took half
Yeah.
his health for that.
That just seems to be his thing. He's constantly a little bit too forward, and I'd like to see him try to work on that.
Yeah, it's really hard to fight a Nami, especially when you're leveled down on her. And it's early game, because Nami actually has some pretty good damage early game. Most of these really supportive supports, utility supports, do have pretty good base damage.
Yep, that is very true. I'm curious to see if we do get to a fairly even late game, the targets that the Zeb will have, because the Rumble is a natural Zanya's builder, as with the Cendric and also can build it, and with the Edge of Night being popular for the Varus, who will Zed ult later on?
That's a good question. If I were him, I would ult HMTKD. He's the best player on the team.
You're a fanboy.
I am. I'll admit it. I like this
But
guy.
Horny Moose has had that control ward in the bot bush for a very long time now, and the fact that they can't even get to it speaks volumes for how this bot lane is going right now.
Yeah, a lot of struggles for the boosted Bonobos bot lane. Unable to get much done, and it all stems from just how over-aggressive Nemers have been. For no reason, really.
I wouldn't even call it over-aggressive. I think he's just too far forward.
Over-aggressive.
Well, it's the positioning that I'm more calling into question. But that being said, I'm not too sure what the bot lane does at this point to stay
Storm
relevant.
and Mormon's getting punished.
It gets out of there with a sliver. We do see the Infernal Drake started up. Should be a free dragon, I would assume. Lee Sin is heading down, though. Or no, he's heading to blue buff.
And we're going to see a bumping between Belfusor and Norman. Norman is exhausted, but it might not be enough to save Belfusor. Belfusor goes down to Horny Moose.
Nate's going for a high KDA again. So he did work the last game.
There's the tidal wave, and there's the infinite duress. Juggleknob flashing over the wall, but unfortunately it probably is not enough. Yes, it is the Dragon's Rage, skillfully used by Juggleknob, but here comes the curtain call. Juggleknob trying to stay safe on this one, manages to just stay out of sight.
They didn't even have vision of him, so he was just standing there at the edge of the curtain call on the inside part. That was funny. Oh man, that was silly to watch.
Overall.
Hey, Nimmer's got probably more gold in that one queue than he has in the last 10 minutes. Stealing away the Gromp.
That was rude.
Well, am I wrong though?
You're a rude dude.
Am I wrong though?
What a rude dude.
But top lane's actually fairly even for the most part, and that might be what they have to play around, the Bonobos.
I need to hear a dinner bell soon.
Yeah, we haven't heard one yet this game, so we'll have to hope to hear one in a little bit.
Yeah, I feel kind of deprived.
Yeah, it's a much slower game than the first one was. I think a lot of that has to do with the Shin pick. It doesn't have quite the carry potential that the Rengar does.
Ooh, here comes Walfusor. This should be a kill picked up. The flash is burnt, saving his life.
Yeah, Syndra actually went up there without her ult being on cooldown. It just now came up, so.
And look who's
Probably
stalking this lane. Piccolo Jack will look to ult on Storm and Mormon. Storm and Mormon does flash. This leaves Piccolo Jack without any flash left, trying to get as much damage on the Juggernog as possible. The fear prevents Storm and Mormon from intervening. Meanwhile, the death mark goes off on Storm and Mormon. Doesn't even need it. Gets that kill quite easily. 5-0 in favor of Off in the Showers.
Yeah, that fear is actually an interesting interaction. It caused Storm Mormon to face away with his flame spitter, so it did no damage, and that was pretty interesting to see. Bubble out.
HMTKD taking so much damage, getting caught by dual CC.
Yeah, this is starting to look again like a rough game for the Bonobos. We'll have to. Not too sure. It's not over yet, but it's definitely not looking good so far.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Bonobos,
Breathe in the atmosphere.
all lanes are just unable to outmatch their counterparts.
Yeah, and if you lose lane as bad as they are, you don't really have a chance. Even if you have the superior team fight, by this point they're just too far behind.
Time. Here comes the dinner bell, and here comes HMTKD, and there he goes because it's down United deterred that. But now Juggernog in no man's land gets picked off by Horny Moose. The 3-0-1 support, Horny Moose.
And that is the power of the Stand United.
And here comes the power of the curtain call. Looking to get picks onto the back line. Doesn't really get too much. HMTKD is still alive, trying to get rid of the minions, trying to make sure he gets out of this alive. He might get out of this with a kill. No, forces him to use the ultimate. Autumn Rain picks up the kill onto HMTKD.
It's just starting to get worse and worse for the Bonobos. As much as I hate to say it, it's really starting to look bad. I wonder if they can turn it around somehow.
Yeah, not a single kill picked up by the Bonobos yet. So
And
far,
that
a
is
perfect
first-
game coming out of Off in the Showers.
Yeah, that is first tower gold as well to the Jin. So, ouch. This is rough again. It's been a rough series to watch if you're a Bonobos fan. So,
Off in the Showers, looking to shut out the possibility of a perfect game at least.
so this is the battle for middle of the pack, I believe.
As far as I know, it was the battle for 6th place before the week began.
Yeah, we don't know how the standings were.
I
or
believe
what
they
the,
both got O2'd in their last matches.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's probably still the battle for the 6th place, but I think 6th place is the cutoff for playoffs, right?
Yeah, this could be the battle for playoffs right here.
Yeah, this is a very important match actually. So they gotta do something to turn it around. Maybe get that 1-1. But at the moment, it's not looking too good.
Kind of surprised that Belfusto is not going more aggressive on that, and there it is. But did not get the stun from earlier, had it on cooldown. And now Fugnuggler is in a bad spot. Dragon's Rage kicks him away, but might have kicked him closer to safety than anything else. Fugnuggler is still trying to get away, but Juggernog does get the first kill for his team of the game. This is the comeback.
Rest in peace. Perfect game. We're off in the shower, but
No, perfect game was ended a long time ago when Storm and
How-
got the tower.
well, I'm talking about kills more so. But
Perfect game is kills, dragons, and towers.
yeah, well, you know what?
Gotta include
I don't like you.
everything.
I don't like you anyway. So
What a hateful
the next dragon is going to be a mountain drake. So we'll have to see if the teams value that at all.
Oh, this is looking scary for the boosted Bonobos. There goes the curtain call, because you know who's just around the corner. Piccolo Jack lands the Infinite Duress on the HMTKD, and he goes down. Looking to follow up to Piccolo Jack, who gets bubbled in his passive. Goodbye, HMTKD.
And that's kind of what I was talking about. The Scion can't really do anything against the Nami for the most part.
Ooh, Stand United used on Norman. Norman trying to get something done. Fugnuggler picks up that kill with his taunt, has to flash away. Taking a lot of damage overall. Will Storm and Norman be able to finish this off? Actually jukes the equalizer, but it does send him on a bad route.
I don't think that equalizer was quite needed, but, you know, it did its job, I guess. Dinner bell.
Dinner bell, and here we go. Will they commit to this dinner bell? No, HMTKD choosing to stop short.
9-2 right now. About a 5K gold lead. Dragon is up. We'll have to see if there's any contesting or taking even for that point. They do have the Warwick who can solo it very easy, but the red team is very much around that area and it is warded, so they know.
Yeah, but Vision Denial coming out.
Zed actually starting the split push. He will have to back. He's kind of low, but maybe we'll see the double split push coming out from the Shen and the Zed.
And there is no Zonias out of Storm and Mormon just yet.
Yeah.
So he is a very... I can't even think of the word right now. Very likely target.
Yeah, Belfastor has finished his. So that is one thing. The Syndra should not die to a Zed death mark anytime soon.
I just want to note that Fugnuggler, compared to his teammates, is feeding his butt off right now.
Shame on you, Fugnuggler. Two whole deaths. Unfortunate.
Fortunate indeed, but so is it is unfortunate for the boosted Bonobos to not be able to get anywhere near this dragon right now.
Yeah, they're just so far behind at this point that the off in the shower have to really mess up the furthest lead at this point. But it can happen. It has happened, and I've seen stranger things.
Yeah, so have I. On Netflix.
Same joke 3 times in one cast. We're losing it.
So now a bit of a stalemate going on, and this is honestly what boosted Bonobos want. They want time to just stop the bleeding, the farm up, to try and get back into the game.
Yeah, but do they have time? Like, I'm not too sure how they actually do the stopping of the bleeding at this point. Because they can't even really leave their half of the map at this point. It's rough. They are starting to get split pushed right now.
It's not the biggest issue yet.
Yeah.
And there goes the death mark. We should see the hourglass come out. Hourglass is used. Norman having to back out of the death mark. But now is getting chased by the rest of the boosted Bonobos. Surprisingly, no dinner bell is run.
I don't think they would have gotten him either way. It probably would have just been a wasted ult. Zed's a bit too slippery.
And this might be bad for HMTKD. Has to flash away in order to stay alive.
Yeah, it's hurting to watch.
Ooh, Juggle Knob gets a brilliant kick onto Autumn Rain, but the flash keeps him alive, and Piccolo Jack picks him up.
Yeah, he was way too deep there. That kick was kind of pointless. Really good.
It could have been good if the Chain of Corruptions did land, but unfortunately, Autumn Rain did flash fast enough.
Yeah, that was a really good equalizer from the Storm Mormon that got on to pretty much the entire team. But unfortunately, there was no follow-up to be had.
So now still such a rough game for the boosted Bonobos. Not as bad as game 1,
No, not by any means.
but they are still in it for the most part.
Yeah, they definitely can come back. It's not looking likely at this point, but it can happen. I think it's going to come on the back of a really good equalizer and probably a core fight, or maybe a Baron fight or something like that. I think that it's going to be the kicker, maybe an equalizer into Chain of Corruption where they just all have to sit on top of the red carpet.
Yeah. Ooh.
Good poke there. Yeah, that was actually a lot of damage. That said, they do have Nami to heal him back up, and he's going back to base. The Jhin actually has 2 items to the 1 of Nimmers. So that is going to be a factor. At this point, though, it does kind of look like the Off in the Shower don't really quite know what to do to kind of end this game out. They keep doing the same thing, pushing up the 2 side lanes. It just becomes kind of a stalemate, and nothing really happens. So I'm wondering what they can do to kind of force in this game.
As long as there's no objectives on the map, it works out for the boosted Bonobos.
Yeah. If they can't really lose anything besides, or if they don't really lose anything, it's fine for them to take this time. They're just farming up and trying to catch back up as far as the gold is concerned. But this isn't the worst situation for the Bonobos right now.
Not by a long shot. They do have a good comp for turtling.
That is very true. They have a decent amount of wave clear on drafted.
I'm kind of surprised that the Off in the Showers didn't look to rotate and maybe 1v5 onto Storm and Mormon.
Dead Storm and Mormon actually using the TP, so this should be a free tower for the Shin. Or Fugnuggler.
Possibly. Juggleknob is still up there.
Yeah, but can the Lee Sin really do a whole lot to the Shin? And if he stays top, he's going to help defend the mid side of the base. Like,
ooh, there goes the ultimate from Norman. Norman taking a lot of damage for this. Drops down to HMTKD.
yeah, that was a little bit over aggressive, I have to say.
Ooh, a very nice Dragon's Rage from Juggleknob, but it's not going to be enough. Sorry, he drops the Ottoman.
Yep, and now this should be a free turret for Off in the Shower.
They don't really get a break.
No, the poor Bonobos, they're struggling, and they got to come up with something.
Ooh, HMTKD trying to get out of there. Equalizer is dropped, and it's a pretty good one. Piccolo Jack trying to run away, gets knocked up, and his health bar is depleted. Shutdown picked up for Nemers.
Can they get more, though? It does not look like it. Infernal Drake is up.
They are pinging that Infernal Drake. That would be something pretty big for them to pick up right now.
Yeah, they need something to help them get back into the game.
And the collapse onto the Infernal Drake is coming. We see both Belfusor, Nemers, and Juggleknob running towards that Drake right now.
They will be met by the Zed. He does back away. Maybe he won't go for the solo dive again.
Oh, here comes Stands United. Might try to get on Nemers. Nemers has to flash away, but gets knocked up. Norman, what are you doing? Nemers picks up that kill quite easily.
And this is how you don't close out a game. You do not give the AD carry free kills, you know? That's just a little bit too aggressive.
So Piccolo Jack has to get there quick and in a hurry if he wants to do anything when it comes to this dragon.
Yeah, letting the Bonobos get this dragon will equalize basically the buff that they have.
And Horny Moose picks it up. Meanwhile, the rest of the Bonobos are starting to drop extremely fastly. Nemers is alone. Nemers gets picked off. Now Belfusor looks like he's next. Piccolo Jack is on the hunt, trying to get that kill onto Belfusor. And goodbye, Alfusor. Fugnuggler grabs that kill. HMTKD has to flash away to not get bubbled. And this is how you don't get back in the game, demonstrated by boosted Bonobos.
So I give you a throw and you give me a counter throw, you know? Oh goodness.
Oh, Storm and Norman, you're not going to escape this one. Fourth shot goes off. Flashes towards Autumn Rain. Does a lot of damage to him, but it's not going to be nearly enough to finish off Autumn Rain.
And I feel like this is starting to become the beginning of the end. They are finally starting to get some more objectives. Offensive Shower is finally starting to close out. We can see him going again on the net. If it didn't work the first 2 times, I don't know that I'd keep trying. It's just silly to keep going forward like that. But, I mean, if you're ahead and you feel like you can do it, I guess you got to try. But I need to temper that aggression just a little bit, I believe.
Boosted Bonobos have to be much more careful with the way they're handling things. The fact that they lost that fight, and not just that, the fact that they lost it and didn't get the dragon is overall just devastating.
Yeah, I don't really know what they do to come back from this one. It's looking really bad. This is a disappointing series from them so far.
Hopefully they can get back into this. So far it's been kind of rough.
Yeah, I'd actually like to point out that Horny Moose actually died once in the first game. He's not died yet in this game, so
He's gonna have a mean KDA.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge KDA for him, depending on how the first series went. So now that this mid inhib is open, they should do while they have the Shin split pushing, they should look to start the Baron up. Maybe they have 2 Infernals and a Mountain Drake, so they should be able to eat it pretty quickly.
But it's not the most optimal inhibitor to have down.
No, that is very true. That is probably the worst inhib to have down if you're trying to pressure Baron. It's the best inhib if you're trying to run it down and end the game, but...
Ooh, Chain of Eruption goes out. Nemers is in a bad spot. Will he be able to get away? Not Nemers, Norman in a bad spot. Both start with N, have Urs.
That seems to be a recurring thing with him, though. He's really got to stop getting caught out like that.
Ooh, there goes the death mark, but Stand United is popped. He returns to a shadow. Curtain calls going out, landing on basically no one. Overall, good job from the Boosted Bonobos to not have anyone die to an engage.
Kind of silly that the Jin projectile for his 4th shot, or all his shots really, go a little bit farther than the indicator.
Ooh, a lot of damage on the Norman. Norman gets melted. And once again, Norman getting caught out again and again. But last time the Boosted Bonobos took a fight like this, they lost 4v5. Will it happen again?
It looks like they back off. They do have some minions streaming into their base right now, so they have to deal with that.
The pings onto Baron.
They could do it. Off in the Shower are fairly healthy, and they do have the Shin TP.
They are going to get noticed by that ward heading in that direction.
Yep. I would like to see Fugnuggler go catch that top wave and start shoving it back out, while his team maybe flirts around, starts to secure vision for later on for the Baron. Uh-oh. They
did spot Piccolo Jack. It would be a 3-on-3.
They keep walking into Jin traps. Oh gosh, that's got to be kind of annoying.
Just kinda.
Wonder if Horny Moose is gonna go for the banner. Yep. As I say that, he completes the item, so that'll give him even more split push coming out from him.
Oh man, the Banner of Command.
One of my favorite items. I love it. I loved it in combo with the old Zerat portal. It was really fun. You can solo carry games with just those 2 items, especially on like something like Bard, and get around, place it anywhere. But we shall have to see how he uses the banner. Again, Norman a little bit far forward.
Norman getting caught up here. Will the stun land? It does, but now Piccolo Jack jumps in to deter any advancement on the Norman. The Hourglass is used. Both of them are used, actually, but here comes the Deathmark. Norman is caught up by the Chain of Corruptions, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Down goes Valfusor, and now so does HMTKD, and so does the Storm and Mormon. This does not look good for the boosted Bonobos. Nemmer's trying to get out as fast as he can, but here comes Fognuggler, here comes Norman, and down goes Nemmers.
AD carry in 2017, my friend. So they're going to pick up this inhib. They could actually try
This
to,
might be
like,
game.
yeah, it's very possible that it is. They could very at least get 1 or 2 towers here.
I mean, they have a lot of time to work with. 10 seconds when you're already on the Nexus towers. That is a lot.
Yeah, that is game.
Yeah.
Wow, that 2 very one-sided games coming out here from Off in the Shower. Man, I was right. Who would have thought?
And you have to wonder just what went wrong between these two teams to make it such... So what went wrong for the boosted Bonobos to make it such a one-sided affair?
Honestly, you can't really call out any one person. I think it was a struggle for the team overall, and they're going to have to work on that. And
Well, they do have a substitute for their mid laner, Belfusor, being very underwhelming when it came to his play in both games. Last time we saw Savage Force, he was playing someone like Rise and absolutely dominating his lane.
yeah, but I can't even put the fault on the sub. But you know, all lanes were losing, so just underwhelming from the whole team. Really, I hate to say that, but got to work on it. But this is a learning league, so don't take it as bad or anything like that.
League. This is a competitive league. This is
is-
Elder League from Ascension eSports. You go to playoffs from here. You go to MSI for amateurs from here.
Oh God, don't remind me of that. Ugh. But yeah, well played by Off in the Shower. They completely dominated this series.
Yeah, they were looking like a top playoffs team in that series.
I really got to shout out. Basically, the entire team did well, but the standouts for me were Horny Moose, Piccolo, and probably Fognuggler for that first game. Rengar, that was disgusting. But yeah, overall, the entire team played very well, and props to them for doing what they did.
Yeah, unfortunately, my hero, HMTKD, couldn't find some good dinner bells to ring. Still, though, he's my hero. And there goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
But I guess that will wrap us up for the night.
Yeah, that is the end of our cast for today. If you didn't catch it, we had some pretty good games. We had the boosted Bonobos versus Off in the Showers. Off in the Showers getting a very devastating 2-0 stomp. Meanwhile, the Cuckabos also getting a 2-0 of their own against Team Fusion.
That was a little bit surprising, but
Yeah.
well, I guess not surprising, but I didn't think it would go quite that way. I figured it might have been a 1-1, but 2-0.
Yeah, Off in the Showers trying to get off into the lead and off into playoffs and off into whatever pun I can think of.
They've only went 1-1 in one series, right?
I am not too sure.
I can't be. I'm not sure on the math, but they might already be locked into playoffs. You never know. I'll have to look at the math later
They
on.
went 0-2 in their game before, and they went 2-0 now, and they were in 7th place before.
I was talking about not Off in the Shower, but
the
blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Cuckabos are definitely locked into playoffs.
We'll have to see who'll be joining them.
So to wrap up this cast, I am the God King, Decerux. This is my co-caster, Dezdan, otherwise known as Brother Brando.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. It was fun, and I will leave you all with have a good night.
This has been Ascension eSports Elder League. If you wish to join, check the links below. And we'll see you guys next time, Saturday, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, for some more League of Legends action. Take care.